welcome to Slimby. We will continue with the next topic, which is functions. In the previous topic, we have discussed what are all the data types and what are all the operators, modules, packages, etc. And now we are going to discuss about what are all the functions. That is, what is function and what are the type of functions in Python and how to implement that. Functions. So what is functions is? Functions is a set of objects and it is used to do a specific task using the keyword def. In Python, function is a set of objects and it is used to do a specific task using the keyword def. Functions is a block of code which only runs when it is called. The first thing is it is a set of objects. The next thing is it will do a specific task using the keyword def. The another one thing is it will only work. It will only work when it is called. This is what the basics of function. We will see the syntax and the types which is available in function. So the syntax is def, which is a keyword for function, and then we have to write the function declaration. This is the part which is a function declaration, that we have to give the function declaration along with the function name, and inside that we will give function definition. After that we will call the function. So functions has three types, which is a function declaration, function definition, and function calling. So we have to follow these three types to write the function. So here we are having some specific types of functions. First one is required arguments or keyword arguments. So what is arguments first? We have to pass some information, that is some variables inside the function declaration, that is called as arguments here. So by writing one example by using the required arguments, here I am creating the function name as function, my function. So inside that I have to write some definition. So here I am printing name. So after that I am just calling the function. So this is what the basic function we are writing. So it will search for name, where the name is there. For that we have to pass the name variable as an argument here. So it will take the argument. In the function call, I am giving the value for that name. Yeah, how it will work? First, the function will go with the function call. In the function call, we are having one value xxx. Then it will search whether where this xxx should be stored. So it will go with the function declaration. Here we are having one argument name. Then it will find okay. Then this xxx value will get stored in the variable name. After that, in the function definition, I just give print name. So it will print that value, which is xxx, inside the argument name. Again, I'm explaining this. Function, we are having three process in functions. First is function declaration, next is function definition, and the next is function calling. In function, first the function calling will get work. Here I am giving function calling along with some values. So it will search for the argument which this value have to be stored. So here I am having the argument name. So this xxx value will get stored in the name. In the function definition part, I am just printing that name. So while running this code, we will get xxx. This is what the required arguments, where we are passing the values inside the function calling. So this is called required arguments. In required arguments, we will pass the values for the arguments or the parameters inside the function calling. I'm writing another one example. My function, here I am passing two values, name, comma, age. So just I'm printing name, comma, age. And in the function calling, I'm giving two values, AAA, comma, 23. So I am running this code. So it will print both AAA and 23. First, the function will get into a function calling. Here we are having two values. It will search for the arguments, which is name and age. So it will store the AAA in name and 23 in age. After printing that, it will display the value AAA and 23. This is what the required arguments or keyword arguments in functions. The next argument is default arguments. So what is default arguments? I'm writing the same function here. That's my function. Here I'm having name comma age. So just I'm printing that name comma age. After that I'm calling that function. So what this default argument means, we will pass the values in the function declaration parts itself. So here I'm giving the value and age is equal to 34. So while running this code, no need for it will first call in for the function call will work and it will search for my function name. So here it is a my function. We are having name and age here. Just I'm printing name and age. So while running this code, we will get AA at 34. This is what the value we have passed inside the name and age. This is what the default arguments. In the required arguments, we will pass the values inside the function calling. But in default arguments, we will pass the values in the function declaration. Yeah, the next thing is variable length or arbitrary arguments. So what does variable length argument means? Variable length arguments will denoted in the start. So just I'm writing one function here. My function, I'm just passing name, comma star biodata. So if I'm giving star in front of the variable or argument means the system will get to know it is a variable length arguments. So inside that I'm giving specific data. First I'm printing name and then I'm printing biodata. After that I'm just calling the function, but here I'm passing lot of values AAA, 23, AAA at gmail.com, comma 10x. These are all the values which I am passing inside the function call. So how it will work means it will get the first value and it will store in the name. And the remaining all the values will get stored into the biodata because it is a variable length argument. So if we have a star in front of the variable means it will automatically knows it is a variable length argument and it will hold multiple values for the single argument. While running this, we will get AAA for name and the whole values for the biodata. This is for the variable length arguments. First, the variable length arguments will be denoted in front of the variable as star. If we are giving multiple values means we can use this variable length arguments to get the bulk data. This is what the variable length arguments. And the last thing is arbitrary arguments. Arbitrary keyword arguments. Arbitrary keyword arguments. What is arbitrary keyword argument means? Just I'm passing my function and it will denoted double star in front of the argument. I'm giving star here. So I'm just printing somewhat values and I'm calling the function like name is equal to AAA, comma age is equal to 33, comma location is equal to Canada. So here I'm just printing the data. I have to get the age from the data. So I'm giving age, data of age. This is nothing but I'm here giving double star inside in front of the argument, which is data. Just I'm storing multiple values along with the variable name. So here we are having name AA, age 33, location Chennai. I'm just printing data of age. So data is the argument here. I am passing age. So while running this code, we will get only 33 because I just give data of age, so it will print 33 alone. If I'm giving name means it will print AAA. So the actual thing is the data will get these all values will get stored in the data by using the square bracket along with the variable name. We will get the specific value from the data. So this is what the use of arbitrary keyword arguments. So I'm just explaining the whole thing. Functions is nothing but the set of objects. It will only work when it is called and it will do a specific task using the keyword def. And we have created a syntax for that. 1 minute. First is function declaration. The next thing is function definition and the third thing is function calling. We are having four types of functions here. Required arguments, we will give the values inside the function calling. This is what the required arguments. Default argument is nothing but we will pass the arguments as well as the values in the function declaration part itself. It is called default arguments. The next thing is variable length or arbitrary arguments is nothing but we will give one star in front of the arguments inside the function declarations. So if we are giving multiple value means it will store in the variable biodata. The next thing is arbitrary keyword arguments. Arbitrary keyword arguments is represented in front of the variable along with the double star. In this, we are having some specific values along with the variable names inside the function calling. If we are giving the variable name along with the argument means it will display the specific argument value. So this is what the types and what is functions and how to work with that functions. And in the next topic, we will discuss what are the global and local variables and how to get the inputs from the user using function and how to implement two or more functions inside the program.